Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Hitman for President, and welcome to my channel. And today it's not so much about riding, it's only me doing some maintenance on the Suzuki GSXR 150. But in this video, I want to talk to you about the 5 things that I like or do not like on this GSXR 600. I've been riding it for close to a month now, and there are things that I like, but there are things that really annoys me so much, and I'm gonna get to it. But now I want to change the sprocket on this 150 because tomorrow I have a ride up to Genting Highland with some of my friends, and the current sprocket that I have on this bike, it's not suitable. It's this sprocket setup that I use for Sepang International Circuit, and I do not want it to hit the RPM limit too quickly. So I'm gonna drop 2 tooth down, and I'm going to be using 44 rear tooth sprocket in front. I'm going to maintain 15. We hit a little bit of a snag. I have to take this sprocket hub to a friend of mine because there's a problem with one of the screw, so we had to cut it and replace it with new ones. But I changed all 4 of the screws. So now we're just going to put the tires back, and then we're going to talk about the GSXR 600. Hey, look at that, the bike is ready for tomorrow's ride. So, sprocket change. And right now we're going to be talking about this Suzuki GSXR 600 as promised. Okay, the first thing that I like about this bike is the exhaust, the sound. It's the epitome of any of this big bike. You know, when you talk about the twin cylinders, the triple, the 4 cylinders, everything comes back to the sound. Every one of the bike produces a very unique, a significant sound to each of the bike. But this one, it's a screaming 4 inline. It revved up to the top, goes to 16,000 RPM. But the exhaust, which I'm using right now, is the Revoc. I don't know what's the model. Well, it's Revoc. As you can see, it doesn't have any logo on it. I just took it off. I feel it's much cooler that way. It's a slip-on exhaust, but it's perfect for it because, as you can see, I'm living in an apartment, and every time when I come back on this bike, when it was super loud, I felt guilty and I don't really feel comfortable riding up the parking lot. But on this one, it's great. Second thing about this bike, which this is something that I do not like. It's more of annoying. The foot peg is kind of short. I'm going to compare it to the GSXR 600 and the GSXR 150. On the 150, it's a lot longer. But when we look at the GSXR 600 foot peg, it's about 3/4 of the 150s. So I'm thinking of buying that foot pack and install it here, and that would cost me about 50 ringgit, and it would be a lot more comfortable on that. And the third one is something that I really love. I have it on this bike, and I also have it here. This is the H&M quick shifter. It comes with the bike, the previous owner installed it. So for me, it's a great thing. I just bought this bike and then run, and I've already had all these gadgets, and especially the quick shifter is something that I still enjoy. Every time when I upshift, the sound that it makes is just, you know, orgasmic. I'm just gonna let you listen to this. one, something that I don't like is the suspension. I may not be too fair about this because I haven't touched any, I haven't worked on it yet. But when it comes to me, it feels a little bit stiff. At some point it feels soft as well, so I don't really know what's going on with this bike. I'm gonna have to work on it, take it to the suspension tuner, let them have a look at it, and then get it tuned based on my body weight. And the last one, speed. You know, when I made the decision to buy the GSXR 600, and I made it known to a lot of people, because before I even pull the trigger and buy this bike, I had to go around and check with people like what's the maintenance. It's like basically I want to know more about this bike. People were giving me a lot of slack about why am I wanting to buy a 600. Why don't I just buy a 1000? Because for 1000cc I can get about 40,000 in a good condition, 40 to 45,000. But that's not what I'm looking for. Something that I feel they don't understand is that I'm coming from this, the GSXR 150. The GSXR 150 that could, the top speed is about 180 km with a heavy mod. On a standard condition, it only comes up about 160, 165 top speed. And that's going on downhill. They really don't understand that if I can have a lot of fun on this bike, what makes them think that I can't have a lot of fun on this? Personally, I feel anyone can buy a 1000cc if you give the bike to a 12 years old or even 15, even 10 years old, and ask them to go above 200 and 299. They can on 1000cc. In fact, it's much easier for them because of their lightweight body weight. I don't think it's a good advice to go to anyone and tell them to go, hey, you need to get 1000cc. No, that's a terrible advice, because you only take one mistake 1 second, and if you crash, that's probably it. Speed wise, it can go up to 260, 270 km per hour. That's just more than enough, you know. So if you're one of those people who keep on telling people, hey, why don't you just get 1000cc, do yourself a favor, shut the fuck up. All right, people don't need that kind of advice. It's a really, really bad advice, and it could end up fatal. So yeah, that's 5 things that I really like about this bike. I haven't gone up to the maintenance yet because I've only ridden this bike for about a month yet, and I haven't got to change the engine oil yet. I would have it done in a couple of weeks. So that's about it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.